Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Now we're gonna move on to movies, and let me start off by saying this. I want to start talking about Cell before Conjuring 2 because I don't want to end this, this podcast or
on a sour note.
On a very sour note.
All right.
Possibly the most sourest
of notes?
of all notes.
Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you about Cell. Cell is directed by Todd Williams. He made a Paranormal Activity 2.
Okay.
It's okay. I think it's okay. I like the first one better. A lot of people like the second one better than the first one. I just don't. I don't know. Okay. So, all right. So this movie stars John Cusack and Samuel Jackson.
Which sounds like a pretty decent pairing.
Uh-huh.
You don't sound too convinced.
No. It's based on the 2006 Stephen King book by the same name.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, you pick up a phone. You use
it's like
it.
cell phone. Oh boy.
Yeah, exactly. You remember that joke in Forgetting Sarah Marshall? It's like, why don't you just take the battery out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Oh.
So, but I mean, I guess it makes sense because everybody uses a cell phone, everybody puts it to their ear.
Sure.
So this is possibly the worst movie I've seen in a long time, and I see a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I laughed in the beginning. I was like, hey, maybe this will be like a happening type movie. This is... I'd rather watch The Happening 40 times than watch this again.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
For those of you wondering, last night Luca did say that he was going to watch Cell and that we could cover it on the show this week, or today rather. And I was all prepared to watch it too. And I was caught up in some traffic on my way home, and when I got home, I was just he texted me, he's just like, Don't do it. Don't watch it. It's so bad.
Oh god. It was like the acting was terrible. I didn't give a shit about the characters. They were trying to do a zombie flick. Like the 40th one made this, they make fucking 40 of them a year.
Yeah.
And it was a typical zombie flick, and it was...
So it's a zombie movie?
Technically, yeah. They don't eat people. They just beat the shit out, they just do violent acts. Like they'll stab you with an axe, they'll jump. Okay, so it starts off with I'm so sorry if I'm like trembling with this too. I'm just trying to at the same time I'm trying to explain it, I'm trying to let it leave my mind. So it starts off with John Cusack.
Okay.
At a freaking airport, and he calls up his son and he goes, I'll meet you guys there later, setting up all this shit. So all of a sudden people start freaking out in the airport, and I'm about to make a noise, and I'm not over exaggerating. They were literally making noises like this. Like they were shaking and foaming out the mouth. It was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious because the reason, I never read the book, so I don't know I heard the book's okay.
Okay.
Somebody told me a decent Stephen King book is okay.
Okay.
But his great stuff is really good. Right. And I love Stephen King, like his spin-off shit. Not his spin-off shit. Well, his film, his adaptations to movies.
Right.
Like, I know he doesn't like The Shining that much, but I like The Shining book and I like the movie. I just want to get that out there. So yeah, he's at an airport, and everybody starts jumping on each other, beating the crap out of each other. And he goes downstairs to, I guess, where the subway is, maybe? I don't know, where like airports, they have like the bottom.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So Samuel Jackson's like stuck in a subway. He plays the subway conductor, I guess.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Another black person in a subway.
So, they team up. And they end up meeting with, I forgot the actress's name. She's a really good actress, actually. She was the orphan in The Orphan. From
okay.
2009 or 2010. She played Esther.
I can't remember the name of that.
Yeah, she's good. Nobody was good in this, by the way. Everybody gets equal shit. So they go to an apartment, and they go to Clay's apartment. Clay is John Cusack.
Okay.
And they're sitting there, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to make sure my kid is okay."
Isabel Furman?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, her name is Isabel Furman.
Okay. So you're saying they're in the apartment.
Right, so they're in the apartment and they're talking. They're like, yeah, we should team up. Isabel Furman comes in and she's like, oh, I just killed my mom and, can I go with you guys? Like, that's just basically what it is.
So essentially they're just on the run from these weird-ass zombies. Where the fuck does the cell phone come into play?
Oh my god. It's something with... It's never really explained. It's never really explained. But the whole key to this is that John Cusack is trying to meet up with his wife and his kid. That's the whole driving point of this movie. And they meet, like, quirky characters on the way. Mm-hmm. Like, they meet a young boy and his school teacher in a school. They're the only two survivors. And there's a football field of these bodies that the cell phone... Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm trying to remember the name. Oh, my God, what the hell are they... They have a specific name for the people that are taken over by the cell phones.
Okay.
They call them phoners. They call them phoners.
Oh, my God, I've got a raging phoner right now.
Yeah, exactly. So they call them phoners. And
Jesus. I'm so glad I didn't watch this movie.
It was so goddamn bad. I don't even know how to describe it. So,
are there any redeeming qualities?
No! It wasn't even funny. It was not even funny.
Wow.
Like, I was watching it and I was physically getting angry.
Like, it wasn't even so bad it's funny or so bad it's good. It was just bad.
Do you remember when Peter Griffin had to do a math problem and he grabbed the Chinese dude and he's like, do math? That was me with this movie. I was like, do something! Do something! Like, if they would have not taken this so seriously, this would have been great. This would have been hilarious. If it would have been like a satire on how people use phones.
Right.
It would have been great. They took it seriously. Like, they try to go, like... freaking Dark Knight serious with it. That's how serious it got. One more here's another thing that really pissed me off, and I really need to share this with you because I didn't want to tell you about this yesterday.
Oh god.
So in the movie, John Cusack is a graphic novel artist.
Okay. And
Samuel Jackson, they're in his apartment. He goes, what do you do? And I'm like, well, he draws, Samuel Jackson. You can't look at... All right. So there's a part where they're asleep and he has a nightmare and he basically walks into a bathroom and for some reason he sees his wife giving oral sex to a phoner.
Why? Why? Why?
That actually made me laugh. But if they didn't, like, oh god, that made me laugh. And the thing is that
I don't even want. I don't want to know.
I have to tell you how it ends. I have to tell you how it ends. So the phoner's getting head from the wife, right? And John Cusack is holding his gun up to shoot the phoner. So the phoner looks at him and I can't even do it. And does the phone signal with his hand. Like I'm not kidding. That actually happened. That it was hilarious.
It's so ridiculous.
I know. And it's played serious.
What the fuck?
It's played serious. I'm not joking. It's all serious.
That's so bad.
It is all serious, man. And it's not a good movie.
Out of 10.
Out of 10?
Because I want to end it right there. Because that's 10, so bad.
I'd give it...
Or do you want to do a letter grade?
A letter grade?
Because it would just be an F.
A letter grade? Withdraw.
You'd give it a U for unsatisfactory.
I'd give it a W for just leave. Just a big fat fucking F.
A W for why bother.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not joking about that scene, by the way. I swear to God.
He
did the phone thing too, just when you hold the phone up to your ear.
Yeah, you know, pinky and thumb and all that shit.
Pinky and thumb. Just...
Oh my God.
And then he there was a whole thing where he was like, "Oh, this is the guy I know that guy in my dream. I drew him." It was just fucking stupid. It was telepathic and everything, and it was so dumb.
We're done here. Let's move on to a much better movie.
I swear to God that actually happened, by the way.
All right.